All our yesterdays. This is the second last episode of Star Trek, the original series, starring William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelly, the three awesome characters of Star Trek, all in one series. I really like this episode. We're going to talk about it using my space system. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best that you can get in any category. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. Why am I not giving it a 2? Well, I'll tell you why I'm giving it 1.5. I'm giving it 1.5 because I like the storyline. I think it's really neat. So there's this planet. It's going to be destroyed. They land on a planet. The three leads land on a planet, and it's like this library thing. There's this like guy who's cloned himself, and he's got these little discs, and he's putting these discs in, and he's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here? You're supposed to take off. Like, well, why are you still here? This thing's gonna blow in like a few hours. Like, why are you hanging around? Like, get out of here." And they're just like, "Huh? Like, do you have spaceships?" "No, we don't have any spaceships. We never developed that technology. It's much easier to develop time travel." That's kind of why I'm giving it a 1.5. I can't give it a 2. It's like, oh, so you don't have ships, but you have time travel. That's pretty impressive. Like, wouldn't you travel back through time? Or if you're seeing that there's a meteor or whatever, or your son is going to maybe go back in time and say, "Hey guys, I saw the future. Maybe we should start building ships." It's a bit weird, but I'm going along with it because I think it's just a neat idea. You get to pick where you want to live. So it's like, and then why I like that is that I started to think myself, it's like, okay, look, we got no spaceships. We can't get off this planet. I'm dead. I can pick where I'm going to live. Like, I would almost like, wouldn't you almost like, I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but I would almost pick like, 30 years or like, I don't know, like 100 years ago. So it's like you just get to be born again in the same time period and then just keep going back. Like, is that what happens? Do these people just keep reliving lives in different time periods? I think the timeline would be completely destroyed. What's to stop someone from going back and changing the entire course of history? It's just weird. It's a weird concept. I'm still giving it 1.5 because I do still think it's kind of neat. I'm kind of a sucker for this one. So yeah, but they acclimatize you to where you choose. So that's important. So we're going to get to that. The pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5 actually, because I think it is pretty decently paced. As soon as Kirk, Spock, McCoy get there, they learn about what's going on, then boom, there's a problem. So Kirk is teleported into this like old era where they're still doing the witch hunts and stuff. Now this is not Earth. I don't know what year this is, but it's not Earth. It's their past. So their past, the people believed in witches and whatnot. And then McCoy and Spock go together through the portal and land in this Arctic zone, and they're met by this woman. She's an awesome character. We're going to get to her momentarily. So it's all done really cool. Like, it's very fast. It is fast-paced. Kirk's captured. He's got to escape, so there's something there. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy are trapped, so they've got to get back. So nobody knows how to get back. So that's what's going on. Artistry, I'm going to give it a 1.5. Everything looked really good. I like the library look. I like that it's like, there's this big, vast, very clean, sterile place, and they have these little discs, and you just pick your thing and put it, and they teleport. I'm watching the upgraded versions. I don't know if the upgraded versions on Blu-ray really matter that much for this one, but everything looks good. I really like when they're in the cave. That all looks really good too. So there you go. For characters, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. Loved all the characters in this one. Loved the librarian guy. He's great. It's like, "What are you doing here? Get away. Let me go." Obviously, Kirk, Spock, and McCoy are awesome. But the girl that they meet in the cave, she is great. Now, she was in another Gene Roddenberry thing called Genesis 2, which my friend Clobberin Times recommended to me, which is friggin' awesome, by the way, if you didn't know. So she was awesome in that. She's bloody awesome here, too. There's just something about her. She wasn't like irritating. She wants Spock to stay because she's lonely and she's trapped there and she can't go back. And she actually says, "You guys can't go back either." Now, I don't know if she just flat out lied. It was almost like hopeful, like, "Oh, maybe," because she knows that she was she was programmed or whatever. She was fixed to be stuck there, acclimatized. I can't say that word. But she's not really sure if they were, right? It almost seems like they just randomly appeared by accident. So she could say, well, you could try to go back, but she kind of wants Spock to stay. Plus, Spock and McCoy have great back and forth here because Spock is devolving to or to a Vulcan from that time period, which they were all crazy and barbaric and all of that. That's all handled really well. So great acting on everybody's part. The decision at the end with Spock having to leave her to go back is great. This is probably the only time I actually like really kind of felt sad for the situation with the girl. Usually it's like, oh, Kirk gets a girl, or Spock or Scotty or whoever gets a girl, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And you know, you're never gonna see them again. You know this. But I actually felt bad here, and the fact that Spock had emotions during that time and then had to like leave her, and then McCoy's like, you know, are you all right? He's like, yeah, it happened, but I'll just kind of live with it. That was all friggin' really good. So great character stuff. Enjoyment factor 1.5, man. I like this one. I think it's pretty good. Second last episode, so at least you end on like a pretty decent one. 8 out of 10 is my ranking or my score for this one. I really like it a lot. Probably one of the better ones of season 3 for me, mostly because of the characters and their performance, not necessarily because of the wonky time travel thingy. So that's it, everybody. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and check out Saturday Night Star Trek, hosted by Clobberin Times. The link is in the description below. Check them out. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Live long and prosper.